Shalom, mashlomcha. Actually, let me get the flag of Israel up. Shalom, mashlomech. Lo havanti. I still have Hebrew in my mind. Current observations. I got a 44.5 out of 80 on an assignment. It was a writing assignment. I have 97% on the quiz, 2 quizzes for that week. 97% on both of them, but I got a 44.5 out of 80 on the writing assignment because it wasn't in compliance with APA format standards, which I get. That, they want you to make better writers. They want to make me a better writer. There's a justification that's been expressed. The assignment I picked was writing about a Christian woman in Colorado, Lori Smith, who was a website designer, and she refused to have gay marriage on her website. And the state of Colorado forced her to push the gays on her website, and she said, "I'm a Christian. This goes against my freedom of religion as well as my freedom of speech." So I wanted to stand out among the students as the one who did the best. So I actually, because this is a criminal justice course, looked up, especially a lot of these chapters are about the law. I looked up the progression. In 1985, it was ruled that it was not discrimination to refuse business or even fire someone based on their sexual orientation. In 2020, that changed with a decision from Supreme Court Justice Gorsuch, Neil Gorsuch. And so I cited the cases. I cited how he very specifically made it so gays can just sue whoever they want for discrimination with no checks in place. But it doesn't apply to atheists for some reason, only Christians. And so I even titled it State-Enforced Homosexuality versus Freedom of Speech. In the feedback, I got docked significant points for not capitalizing the C in the word Christian. I don't capitalize the C in Christian because I'm, converting to Judaism. I see Christianity as idolatry, false messiah. Yeshua did not fulfill all the messianic prophecies. It's Roman state propaganda. Christianity is a social control mechanism created by Rome to get Jews to comply with Roman rule while maintaining this, a mutilated version of their religion. Hence, pay unto Caesar what is Caesar's. I don't think you guys might get the full concept of that, but for example, during the Bar Kokhba revolts, Bar Kokhba, the Jews broke into Roman banks and reminted the coins with symbols of, Judaism and Bar Kokhba. You can still buy those coins online. The original coins minted out of Roman currency. Yeah. There is a lot of stuff. And then, who would be dumb enough to think that the Jews would say, "Oh, may his blood and his death be upon us and all the generations"? Really? You think the Jews would say that? Among so many other things. So, on top of that, I got another low score on another assignment in the Introduction to Research course, again, because of messing up on APA formatting standards. And what bothers me about that is that guy wrote the book that we're reading for our course material, and there is a lot of spelling and grammar errors. So, why should I trust a teacher on what he's teaching if he can't even practice what he's teaching himself? If he's not any good at the very thing he's teaching, why should I take his instruction seriously? Not only are there a ton of spelling and grammar errors, but they slip past his editor. And this is the guy who's given me a 51 out of 80 for not correctly, missing between heading and headers. I added headers, but I missed the headings for the running page numbers and stuff. Minute little details. That woman in the criminal justice knocked me a bunch of points because I put a period or a comma instead of a period. But the course material in that course as well is full of errors. So maybe it's a Christian thing, right? Because hilariously, that assignment was Christians crying that they're having their freedom of religion taken away, freedom of speech and freedom of religion in the First Amendment. But she also is taking mine away by punishing me for complying with Judaism and not respecting Christianity. So Christians are hypocrites and liars, obviously. To her, it's double-sided, right? It's a double standard. She wants freedom for the Christian religion, but none of the other religions. She wants freedom for her religion, but deprives members of other faiths of our freedoms to deny her faith accurately. I mean, this isn't some abstract concept. The swords were never beaten into plowshares and pruning hooks, and the nations did not stop teaching war. Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas. I mean, Yemen's involved, I think now. Oh yeah, the unfulfilled messianic prophecies. Can you name the messianic prophecy that says it'll take 2 tries? It's logically impossible for Yeshua to be the Messiah. Yeah. So while that is going on, I was thinking about other things, but I